Namaste, everyone. I'm Jenny G, and thanks for tuning in. This is your weekly cosmic vibes. What's happening this week? What to expect? What could you be going through, feeling? And most importantly, how can we utilize this energy and work with this energy? So, in order to do that, you've got to subscribe to Jenny's channel. I'm just saying, hit that little red button down there that says subscribe and let's get going. I want you guys to like my videos. Well, you don't have to, but like my videos, make some comments. Let me know what's going on with you guys. Because this week, we're getting our higher self on. That's right. Our higher self on. Well, what does that mean, Jenny? Like what's like a higher self on? Your energy this week, it's gonna start rising. You're gonna feel that volcano start rising within. And actually, speaking about volcanoes, I've told you guys before in my videos, for those of you who watch, that there very well could be some volcano eruptions and such like that, especially with the solar flares and all this cosmic energy. And for those of you, the Big Island, again, it's starting to erupt. Keely is starting to talk story. So I'm just saying, I love the Big Island. I love Hawaii. It's my other home away from home. Aloha to all my ohana over there and friends. So this week, you guys, okay, higher self on. What does that mean? This means that you're going to start to see signs that you are on the right path. You're going to start to see synchronicities. You're going to start seeing that the foundation that you guys have been building and working on, whatever it is, if it's a business, if it's changing, doing some writing, if it's working on your health, well, like whatever it is, you're going to see that, I actually can see some results now. I actually can see that hard work I put in on my projects, on this, on that. I'm starting to see it happen because you are tuning in and listening to your soul. That's right, your soul. So you're going to find June 11th and 12th, you might be feeling a little bit good. You might be feeling, you know what? I know what decisions I have to make. I can see a lot more clarity now. I know why this happened. And it can also leave you feeling a little bit tired and exhausted because for those who've been working hard and pushing it, you could be like, oh gosh, I need some space. I need some time. I'm a little tired. Always take some rest. Always, balance that time out as best as you can. We get busy. We have stuff we have to deal with, all of those things. So listen to your body, especially, right? We are still going through that quantum healing. I've done a past couple of videos here on quantum healing. We're still healing energies all the way through even October. So whatever is coming to the surface, especially family, could be partners, spouses, relationships, whatever it is, really pay attention because that energy is going to continue going on and on and on. So you're going to find that you're going to be a lot more aligned within. Take that time to really sit back and just reflect. So June 12th and 13th, you might have a little bit of issues with your teeth and your tongue, your arteries and your head, right? So you could be like, oh, my teeth feel a little bit achy, or geez, do I have to go to the dentist? So we don't want to say that name dentist. Mind you, the only way I get through my dental visits is because my dentist is really hot. And I doubt he's watching this. I'd be really surprised if he was. But that's what gets me going. He's really hot. But anyways, we don't want to get off topic here with the hot guys, right? So June 14th and 15th, you might find issues with your neck, with your vocals cords, with your throat, your thyroid, gland, and so on and so on and so on. So different days of the week. So the planetary energies, it does affect certain body parts. That's why I talk about what days you could be feeling more a little bit nauseous, or what days you could have a headache, what days you could be having issues with certain parts of your body. That's exactly why I do that. And of course, the more sensitive you are and empathetic, you're going to feel it even more even then, right? So June 16th, 17th, your shoulders, your hands, and your your lungs as well. Take a little bit of time for you with that. 18th, 19th, and 20th, you could find that your digestive system, your stomach area could be a little bit off. I'm not going to go too far into that because that carries on to the next week. But sometimes we get a little bit of those pre-signs, as I call it. So just take it easy whenever you're feeling that. You know, your body has been changing for a while now, moving into the 5D element, 5D energy. For those of you who've been watching my videos, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you're going to find the same thing even now. Like I'm more like plant medicine. I'm more like vegetarian than anything. So every now and then, like last week, just to give you an example, I just had a real craving for like one of those roasted chickens. And I'm like, I don't know, right? Like it's been quite some time. I had some meat. And I'm like, okay. So I bought the roasted chicken. I thought, okay, I come home and I took a couple of bites and I'm like, oh my God, I can't. I can't. I threw it out. I threw it out. I went immediately and threw it out. So our bodies start changing, of course, especially with these energies. This year is a universal 7 year as well. So you're going to find that you're more drawn to certain connections and letting go of people that you no longer connect with, regardless of what it is. And you're going to find that your sleep patterns are going to be a little off too. That's going to continue because we have that ascension energy, and the frequency is really, really high this week. So it's going to continue up and down, and the sun's really changed as well. So even if you go outside, you might find like, wow, I was like outside for, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. And you know, my skin, it kind of felt a little bit, you know, tingly, as I say, right? So just really pay attention to that. Like we have the sun and the moon on June 13th. You're going to want more balance, more physically, more balance physically. So if you have been pushing it and working out, right, you might be like, you know, I need a little bit of rest. I need a little bit of rest. Or maybe I'm not going to work on my arms. Maybe I'm going to just work on my legs or something with that. And your physicality, you're going to start to notice differences too. So for those of you, let's say, who have not been watching your diet as much, you very well get on the scale. Go get on the scale and face it. And you're going to be really surprised. You're going to be surprised either that you've dropped weight, or you're going to be surprised that, oh my gosh, I can't believe where I'm at. So this energy this week, it's going to be more physically as well. And I keep on hearing swimming. I've heard that for a while. You know, and with this being like a water year and such like that, I've talked about that. I just keep on seeing swimming. Go to a pool if you don't have an ocean or a lake or something like that to swim, or if you're not, you know, you don't have to do that, right? You might be finding that you might be more drawn to more natural ways to exercise, to move your body around, like yoga. You might find that, you know, maybe I want to go to acupuncture. Maybe I need a little Reiki or pranic healing done, rather than going the extra route and saying, you know, I'm just going to take one of those pills to help with this or to help with that. You're going to find that your wellness holistically as well this week around the 13th. And so you're going to be more pulled to that. You might be like, you know, I want one of those hot stone massages, or one of those Indian head massages, or, you know, more natural healings. You might be like, you know, I'm going to buy some of those essential oils. And what is this one for? Yeah, lavender. I'm going to put a couple of drops in my bath or my diffuser. Or, I'm going to start making my natural cleaning products as well, rather than going and, buying cleaning products. I'm going to use vinegar and water, or I'm going to use a little bit of this and this and this and that. So this week, you're going to find that you very well could be getting drawn over to that energy as well. Oh, on the 14th, you're going to be a little reflective as well. There's a lot of reflection this week. There is, right? Because you're getting your higher self on. That's right. Your higher self is coming on, baby. Let's make it happen. That's when you're reflecting. Take a look at what's happened. We all get tested, we all get triggered, and it all comes down to that faith. Why am I getting triggered? What is that? Like, I got hugely triggered this. I was tested, like beyond tested this week by spirit. Oh, I'm not going to tell you what, but oh my gosh, I didn't know if I was going to get through it, to be really honest with you. I really didn't know. However, I was feeling calm about it and felt, you know what, everything's going to be okay. But that fear had a tendency to kind of sneak in. And I'm like, Jenny, let it go. Let it go. Because when certain fears come in, what's really important is for you to ask yourself, okay, why am I going there? Like, why am I so scared? What's that fear all about? Reflect back. This is why this week, as well as reflecting back, reflect back on those fears. Yeah, but that happened to me a few times in the past, Jenny. Absolutely. Some of us can go into that PTSD, fear zone, all of those things. Fear creates roadblocks, and then our mind goes on overdrive, overdrive, overdrive. So then it's like releasing it, letting it go. This is happening for a reason. This is for my higher self, and so on. And then all of a sudden, surrender it, let it go. It's like, you know what? Surrender it to spirit. When you do that, you're going to see abracadabra, boom, dee boom, boom, boom. Things can open up, things change. And as soon as I did that, I'm like, breathe in, breathe out, Jenny. And everything got back into alignment within seconds, pretty much. An instant message, an instant text came through, and they said, check this. And I'm like, oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Right? So we all get tested. We all get tested. And our triggers are there to also help you transcend forward. When you surrender and say, what am I really learning? What am I really like going through here? So there's a lot of fears out there as well. And, the fear of God, I talked about it in my last video. Let that go. Let that go. There's so many things you hear, and it can really send you into a whole different world of fear. Your life will instantly be delayed. You're going to find that your passions, well, I can't do that. I can't do that because of fear, 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 fear of this person. Oh, said this. Oh, this person. You'd be surprised on the amount of messages I get where people are completely freaking out. Oh my God, I just heard that this is going to happen. That the world is ending. The world is this. The world is enough. Enough. Right? Seriously, seriously, everything's going to be okay, right? We've been through the worst. We really have. So we have Saturn energy this week, June 15th, which is going to slow you down to reflect back. So you could be reflecting back. It's going to help you overcome challenges and triggers and such like that. And you're going to be setting a lot more boundaries. And that's when you're going to be questioning yourself. What am I really fearful of? Like, what really am I fearful of? Write it down. You're going to be start facing those fears on the 16 and confronting yourself. Confront yourself. Don't confront this and this and this and that. Confront yourself. When you confront yourself, you're going to be in alignment. You're going to be aligned, and you're going to be like, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go. And why is that? Because you got your higher self on. Yo, 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 higher self on. I'm not going to go on the Brooklyn accent. So One of my US lawyers, also have a lawyer in the US, and anytime I talk to him, I just love talking to him. I'm like, yo, 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 because he has that Brooklyn accent. And he's like, oh, hi, Jenny. And I'm like, yo, 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 what's happening? What's happening? So, I just love the accents. I love the diversity with different cultures and accents and stuff like that. So, anyway, I'm going off topic here. I'm going, and oh, by the way, happy birthday, Stephen. Because he's one of my US lawyers, and he was the one I was just talking about. Yo, yo, yo. I'll call you later this week. So I can blabber on. I can rant and rave, right? So anyways, back to the Saturn retrograde as well on the 17th. Okay, that's your higher self coming on. That old feeling is coming back. Those old passions are coming back. You're going to feel energized. You're going to feel confident and ready to make it happen. Let's step it up and make it happen. Very important. Very important. The 18th of June is the master number day, and we got the new moon. The new moon is new. Set those intentions. I'll make a separate video for that, and we'll talk all about that separately. So you're going to hear ear ringing as well. Like you might be like, wow, my ears are really ringing. Like, what's that about? Am I like, what's that? You're getting downloaded, and we have ascension symptoms. So whenever you're feeling that, it's because you're getting downloaded from spirit, different things, right? You could hear that high pitched sound, all of those different things. Ascension symptoms are going on, and you're going to be more drawn to more spiritual teachers who you really connect with, who you're like, I really connect with them, and all of these so-called other leaders, and I've been calling them so-called leaders because there is no leadership, because our world wouldn't be the way it is today. Really think on that. We've seen a lot of truth getting exposed. That's going to continue on and on and on, especially with the medical field. People are getting sicker and sicker and sicker for reasons. I'm not going to talk about that. But yes, 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 right? So continue your journey of healing, of healing. Healing's a process that takes time. I was talking to a client earlier today, and she's dealing with a lot, of course, and she's in that process of healing, and she literally had to leave her household, and she's in a hotel. I mean, she has some money, right? She's like, I left, I'm in a hotel, I'm gonna stay here, even if it's for a couple of weeks, until I'm feeling much better. And I'm like, okay, you got to do what resonates best for you. Of course, of course. We all heal in our own way, and it continues. It really continues. And this is why you're still reflecting back, especially with that eclipse from April. That was explosive, life changing, sudden, huge endings. Now we have Venus as well. So that brings on different relationships, even all the way up to October and stuff like that. So really pay attention to these certain relationships that are coming up for you. How many of you got engaged recently? How many of you just started a new relationship recently? I talked about that in my full moon video, June 3rd and 4th. That was the strawberry new moon or full moon, which I called it the romantic moon. Meow. So you're going to be feeling your self-worth this week too, even more. That's part of laying the foundation. And you're going to be hearing stories, or even if I ended that. I know my worth. I got tired of being blamed for this. I got tired of people saying this to me or treating me like this. I got tired of people taking me for granted. I ended that toxic relationship, like all of those kinds of things, right? Whatever it is. So you're going to be hearing a lot of that this week as well. But most important, it comes down to you. You're getting yo higher self on. So I'm going to be out walking my dog, and I'm going to be going yo higher self on. So anyways, So let's pull a couple of cards here, guys. I don't use cards, by the way, whenever I do private readings. You can book a reading with me, soulworkwithjenny.com. I'm a psychic clairvoyant medium, past life Akashic records, animal communicator, meditation teacher, relationship coach, pranic healer, and so on and so on and so on. Past life Akashic records. So I don't use cards because I'm clairvoyant. However, with these videos, I do because we're doing it collectively. So let's pull a couple of cards from the spirit world and make sure that you clear your cards 3 times, like bang them on wood, boom, 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 because that clears your energy. If you used it before, or if somebody else used it before. And I've cleared my decks before I do these videos. So let's ask the spirit world. Let's ask the spirit world, what is the message for June 11th to the 18th? Messages from heaven, messages from heaven. Hello from heaven. You very well could be feeling or getting more dreams, by the way, too, with certain loved ones or animals and pets that have passed on. Really pay attention to that. Keep a journal. I've mentioned that for a while as well. Really keep a journal. I just keep on hearing hello, hello, hello from heaven. And I'm seeing like pennies, like copper pennies for some reason, pennies and a mind, a mind. Why am I hearing that? A miner's town, like one of those old miners' town. Anyways, Spirit, what's the message? Cosmic vibes for June 11th to the 18th. June 11th to the 18th. June 11th to the 18th. What's the cosmic message? Cosmic message? Whoa, whoa, my goodness sakes. Wow. Okay, I have a little fan going here too. Um, so wow, how fitting. How fitting is this card? So the card that fell, wow, and I just saw this too. Holy smokes. So the card and the energy that fell out here is called that goes there. Demeter. This is about your feelings and your emotions. Now, this is an interesting card because she has a snake around her neck. Snakes are all about transformation and also healing. Like green is the heart chakra and it's also for healing. Like I'm in a process, I've been healing as well myself. We all have stuff that we're dealing with that we're letting go of and working through and stuff like that. We're human, we do. So green will help that, but take a look at that. There's the snake. Transformation, quantum healing. And if you take a look at, she's holding a wand, and that looks like flames, like fire energy. That's your passion, your passion. I love looking into fire. You ever like seen a fire pit and you start looking at, or the fireplace, and you look into that and you start to see images or you start to hear images like I always do. I always see past lives dancing around the fire and the shamanic energy. That's where it takes me back to, plus other messages, of course. But take a look at that. Really take a look at that. And it's how interesting too, because she's holding what looks like a pomegranate fruit. So it's all about, you know how I said that you're going to be drawn to more like healing modalities as well. Like you could be drawn to more acupuncture or Reiki or more natural wellness healing methods. So here is also the food. She's holding the food. Your diet is changing. That's why it's like weigh yourself, right? Yes, that's scary, right? That can be really scary, but you want to own it. You want to see where you're at. And also you want to see if you have been losing weight, let's say, to see where you're at as well. So, and then congratulate yourself. So that's going to be happening on, with that sun and moon energy on around the 13th. And that's going to linger on as well. So let's pull a card in the message from the universe, literally the universe. We're all literally from the universe. Oh. So what is the message for June 11th to the 18th? You're going to be very intuitive as well. That's increasing. This is a journey of self-discovery of your soul. So what's the message from the universe? June 11th to the 18th. What's the message from the universe? June 11th to the 18th. Let me have these cards here. Now this card here is I am a spirit having a human experience, and I'm here to get closer to love. Wow. And right in the middle of there, what do you see? You see the third eye is opening up, right? Your third eye is right here and right here. Your main third eye is right here on your forehead because you're opening up to love. When you're living and more aligned in soul, you're more love-based, unconditional love and acceptance and kindness. You're not judging. When you're aligned in ego, that's a whole different story. So when you're experiencing the love within yourself, you're going to radiate it out there more so towards others. And what does our world need? What does our planet need? What does humanity need? It needs love, unconditional love. Show kindness and compassion. Wow, what a powerful card. What an amazing card. So let's have a chat with the animal kingdom, shall we? The animal world. I'm an animal communicator, and that's one of my gifts I treasure. So if any of you need wanting to know what's going on with your animals that have passed on or your animals present, you can always book a reading with me as well. It's a message from our animal kingdom. June 11th to the 18th. June 11th to the 18th. What's the message from our animal kingdom? It's a message from our animal kingdom. Animal kingdom, what's the message? Owl. Owl. Woo. Now, owls are very clairvoyant, by the way. And it's opening up your intuition more. So if you see an owl, really pay attention to if you have a flash of something or if you're getting an instant message, or if you're like, wow, how many of you guys have noticed that if you're just thinking about something and all of a sudden it will happen? Or you could be like, you know, I was thinking about painting, let's say, and all of a sudden you see a commercial come on and there's that painting. Or you're just thinking of someone and all of a sudden you're hearing from them. Like things are happening very quick because your abilities are opening. The spirit world, they want you to be alignment with love within your soul in the 5D higher vibration when your higher self is on. You're going to get sick of me saying higher self on. Higher self on. But anyways, okay, so here's the owl. That's such a beautiful owl. Look at that. Look at that beautiful energy. What a messenger that is. Wow. Wow. And if you take a look at this woman, she's calling the owl to her. Spirit, I'm open to receive messages from the spirit world. I am ready to receive. So as we're healing, and we have been healing our ancestrals, our quantum healing that continues on, you very well could be having reflections back on your past life as well, and or clearing past life karmic situations. We've been clearing karmic toxic relationships for a while now. So in that time, you could have certain flashes or hear messages. Pay attention to that. So let's ask the spirit world, connection with past life. June 11th to the 18th for healing. What messages are coming through? Message from our Akashic records. Oh, wow. How cool is this? Of all cards in this entire deck, family, mother card. How many of you are healing from a mother? How many of you are healing karmic energy that you didn't have a good relationship with your mother? How many of you are mourning the loss of a mother that has passed? Wow, how amazing. Especially whenever we've been healing with family situations. And we're still going through that, by the way. It goes on and goes on till October. So you're going to get triggered. So some of you might also be reflecting back on your mother. That could be, you and your brother or your sister, and you're reflecting back on memories with your mother, right? The good and the bad and the ugly. And you might be really teary-eyed and still healing from the loss of your mother. And even, when you have a mother, she could have dementia and Alzheimer's when you're not really able to communicate with her. So there's a lot of mother energy. For those of you who are healing from your mother, let me know. Let me know. Or you're working through karmic issues with your mother, let me know. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. What a very fitting card. Oh, cosmic vibes, I tell you. June 11th to the 18th from our crystals, the land of our crystals. I love my crystals. What is the message from our crystal kingdom? The kingdom of the crystals. What's the message for June 11th to the 18th? Wow. Malachite. And that's so funny. I have malachite on right now. Let me put the other ones back here. Wearing malachite right here. That's one of actually the what do you call it, bracelets I have on right now. I'm wearing green, right, jade, my some green emeralds and stuff like that. So malachite. And malachite, of course, too, helps you heal, helps you get grounded and such like that. And how very fitting, green crystal out of the whole entire deck. It's green. Healing the heart, healing your heart, loving yourself unconditionally, accepting yourself unconditionally, setting boundaries, taking time out for you, healing from family issues, healing from past trauma situations, healing from toxic relationships, healing from endings, whatever it is. We all have our own journey of our own soul of self-discovery. Wow. So please make sure you like my video, make some comments, let me know what's coming up for you guys, what's going on. And if you'd like to book a reading with me, soulworkwithjenny.com. And we will continue in our next Cosmic Vibes video, you guys. So thanks for tuning in. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. I'm Jenny G. I'm an international known clairvoyant psychic medium, past life Akashic record, animal communicator, relationship coach, meditation teacher, and so on. I am here to tell you there is some exciting news. I'm revamping my YouTube channel. That's right. There's new content coming out weekly. I'm going to talk about the weekly cosmic vibes, what you're experiencing, and why, how to utilize that, and giving you the reasons behind it. We're going to talk about the new moon, the full moon, Mercury retrograde, and I'm going to give you those insights how to manifest and make things happen for you at the right time. It's time, everyone. It's time to wake up this planet. Let's show some love and compassion. Let the fear go. Let the negativity go. Let's do this together and transcend your soul in quantum leaps. I'll be here. Where are you? Hit that red button at the corner there, subscribe to my channel, and let's make this happen. Let's do this now. Namaste.